press record. Hey God, let's start again. Okay. Welcome to All Shades of Faith, guys. I showed you a little bit of what's going on before now. I'm sure you were like, but you were dressing up in black. How come you are in white? So I was creating content for my other channel and I started quite late. I started around past 6 and now it is 7:32, guys. The time is 7:32 and the sun is gone, and I tried to use natural light to record. My ring light is somewhere, but I don't even have the plug for it. And let me stop rambling now and get to what this video is about. Welcome to the second half of 2023. Yay! You know, I'm excited. My year actually started in May. Yes, my year started in May, and I think that's when I started this channel, like April thereabouts. That's when I started this channel, and the months before then were very terrible. I mean, like, terrible is putting it mildly. It was really bad. So even though this video is going to be talking about the lessons I learned in the first half of this year, technically speaking, it's about 2 months into my year, but I'm going to be sharing with you the very simple lessons that I learned that has made my life so much better in 2023. My own 2023 is just 3 months in, so it's fine. Yeah, no pressure. Let's get right into it. And I just like kind of want to always start my videos with whatever it is I'm doing as I'm starting that particular video. I was shooting, and that's why I put a few clips of me doing that. You know, that's just what I feel like doing on this channel. Anyway, I won't waste much of your time. I wrote down a few things on the things I learned this year, and I'm going to actually do separate videos for some of them because they are quite like deep, like into, oh God, it is But the things I've achieved this year, which is not the purpose of this video, is I just want to celebrate myself for actually coming out and doing this, like starting this channel and just putting myself out there for myself. You know, that is the first lesson I learned, even though I'm applauding myself. That's the first lesson I learned, that if you don't put yourself out there and you don't show up for yourself, I cannot say people will not show up for you. That's a lie. Because if you have the kind of family I have, you will know that people will show up for you. People will show up for you, but the thing is, sometimes they will be unable to show up the way you want them to show up. Because like I said in my last long form video, overthinking, is you are the one that knows where the thing is doing you. So showing up authentically for yourself benefits you more than any other person. You will hear people say show up authentically, as if to help their audience, you know. But the truth is, when you show up authentically, you are literally doing it for yourself. And that's the first lesson I learned this year, that to break all these all these boxes that they normally call certain things, and all these barriers and all these fancy names, and just put yourself out there. That's like the first thing I learned this year, like show up for yourself. Because when you show up for yourself authentically, people will begin to see that this thing really makes you happy. And the thing about people is, there is so much sadness in the world that everyone wants to tap into the next person's joy, into the next person's happiness, and they will just, you know, gravitate towards you. And gravitating towards you doesn't necessarily mean, in my case, subscribers or comments and followers and all of that. It means that you will eventually find your person, you will find your people, you will find your circle, you would find people you want to do life with, because you are putting yourself out there, you're not faking anything. So anybody that comes, that's what they are gonna get. Do you get me? So that's the first thing I learned in this 2023, to actually show up for myself. And it doesn't matter if nobody's applauding me. Like, one thing I always do for my own Instagram page, because my page and my YouTube channel is quite quiet right now, meaning that I don't have like tons of followers, I don't have my comment section filled with comments, I don't have tons of likes and all of that, but I have 2 pages that are active. I have 3 actually, and I also have 2 Twitter pages. I have 2 of everything. I have 2 TikTok, 2 LinkedIn, 2 So what I do is I celebrate myself using my other pages, and sometimes even on the main page, I just celebrate myself, because who's gonna beat me? Who is gonna and I used to do it before just to encourage myself, but now it's because I step out from being too familiar with the person that is there, that has done this great work, and I come out of me to appreciate what I have done, that God gave me the enablement to do. And this leads me to the second lesson that I learned this first half. The second lesson is, don't get too familiar with yourself. And this is not just for your work, your business, even for your spiritual growth, for your own encouragement, for your mental health, for your sanity, for your growth in all ramifications. What I find is that if the Holy Spirit is inside of you, it would inspire you at different times to do beautiful work, to do, like, maybe give a good speech, write a good book, put out great content, suggest something to someone that makes so much sense, advise companies, be a consultant, like do so many great things. At different points in time, you will get the Holy Spirit inspiring you to do things out of the ordinary that your brain would not have normally, thought of, even if you're the most brilliant person. What I now find is that we just let those things slide. Like, we do that thing for whoever the Holy Spirit has inspired us to do it for, whether it's our clients, our audience, our children, our spouses, whoever is the beneficiary of all those inspiring things, the government, the public. But most times we don't benefit from it, because we are like, oh, we are the vessel. All this, you are the potter, I am the clay, use me as you like. Yes, but even the clay receives water into it. Do you get what I mean? Don't get too familiar with yourself. And I learned this. I didn't learn it the hard way. It just happened. Like, even my own videos, I would go back to them on days when I'm down, and something will strike me in the thing I said that I didn't realize I said, because the Holy Spirit inspires. He inspires. I don't know how to explain it. He inspires. And when He does, if you take action in that moment, most times those things He gives inspiration for are not things you would normally come up with on your own, with your first class degree, genius, whatnot. You understand? So I want us to cultivate the habit of going back to the things that we do, whether it's your business, whether it's your content, whether it's the things you write in your journal. Like, always go back, your sermon notes. Sometimes if you go back, you say, when did the pastor say this thing? Do you understand what I mean? So don't get too familiar with yourself. God can bless you through anybody, including yourself. That's the second lesson I learned in the first half. The third lesson I learned in the first half is that if you are not whole, if you are not okay, you can never put your best foot forward. I know people say stuff like, oh, you show up even the days when you don't feel like it, you can still do good work. It will be good work, it won't be the best. I promise you. In the first 2-3 months of this year, I was in a very terrible mental state. It was so bad. And I was off my page anyway. I was going to be off for certain reasons. I wasn't going to come back till June, thereabouts. I had already said it on my page. I didn't know when I was going to be coming back. I made my business page and stuff. But I didn't envisage a mental breakdown. Like, I didn't envisage my mental health dilapidating and stuff. And the thing is, I was still showing up. Like, I was showing up on my WhatsApp. I would show up on my blog page, for instance. I was even still showing up on YouTube, on my other YouTube. I was repurposing my reels from last year. I was showing up, and sometimes once in a while I'll crack jokes here and there on my WhatsApp. Those that have my WhatsApp will see me. I was showing up, but the thing is that I'll literally be showing up. Even on TikTok, I'll be dancing. I'm dancing. Everybody is seeing it. The people outside, they are saying I'm dancing, but me that is posting it is crying. And I would do those things, and it wasn't my best. I was showing up out of obligation just to keep my page alive and stuff, but it was not my best. And so I learned to take care of myself. You know how people say, take care of yourself, or take care of yourself, you are so important, take care of yourself. And it sounds like they are singing. It's true. Please take care of yourself. Take as much time off as you need to take care of your mental health. If you are not whole, you'll be working. At that time, I had deliverables for the other things that I do in my life, and I was showing up. I was delivering as I should. I was contributing. I was making meaningful contribution. But I know that when I healed, or when I started healing, the contribution was different. It was another level. So I definitely encourage taking care of your mental health. Like, don't don't overlook anything and just be like, oh, maybe I'm overthinking this thing, maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe I'm this. Even when someone says something to you that hits you the wrong way, and you are now saying, let me just process it, I don't want to offend the person, no, talk about it. Let the person know, instead of holding grudges and all of those things. Please, if you don't take care of yourself, if you're not whole, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, even when you're spiritually down as well, you can never put your best work out there. You can never be your best, like your best. People can never really enjoy your best. You can be showing up and letting people think you are good, and some people will buy it. But the thing now is that because I've been there, I kind of now, not 100%, but I kind of know when someone is not okay, even though they are still showing up. There's this very wonderful page I follow, and this guy, I just noticed that something is not right. Like, he's not okay. He's showing up, he's trying, and I just say a word of prayer for him all the time, because it's all these pages, all these I don't really know him like personally. So if there are people like that you sense in your spirit that something is not right, please pray for them, because chances are it's true, something is not right, and they need your prayers, even though they can't reach out to you because they don't know you. And even if they know you, like family, friends, close friends and stuff, people are going through the most, and most times they cannot really put into words what they are going through. So please, let's learn to pray for our friends, our family members, people that you enjoy their content online as well. Pray for them. It's not easy. Alright, the number 4 thing that I learned this year is that when you do away with toxic people, your life will be so much better. I know it looks like the most obvious thing, but the thing is that the first thing is we don't admit some people are toxic because we've known them for so long. They've formed a major part of our history and stuff. They could even be family members, cousins, blah blah blah. And then it's like, I cannot do without this person. Like, this person will always be in my space. But the moment you take authority or you take control and just be like, you know what? We can be family. It does not mean we have to be like this, to be sane like this. The moment you just say that, I'm going to take control of my space, of my sanity, of the people I let around me, even if they are just theory, and you just let the other people go, like actually have boundaries and keep people where they want to be kept. Because the thing with toxic people is that they will keep coming until you stop them. So when you get that boldness to actually stop them from coming to your space, things like blocking them off social media. And people say this thing as if, when you block people is a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to block anything that affects your sanity, your peace, your mental health. I don't care who the person is, to be honest. Sometimes, let me just confess, sometimes when my parents are stressing me, I put them on soft block. Yes. And I tell them, I'm like, when we are okay, I'm gonna unblock you. Because it's important to take care of your mental health. Honestly, I think that's the crux of today's message. So, as I was saying, when you let go of toxic people, because sometimes you are the one holding on to them, the way your life is gonna change, the difference is always like night and day. I'm not even joking. I learned that the hard way this year. I learned to actually create boundaries and to be firm, because if you're a people pleaser like me, or like I used to be, I'm recovering. It's so difficult to let people go, even when you know that they are toxic and they make you question yourself, question your sanity, question your self-worth, question your self-esteem, all of these things. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you, but you are holding on to memories and all of these things, and you're like, oh my God, we've known each other for 27 years and blah. You will meet more people. Do you know how many billions of us are in this world? I'm not saying you should just start blocking people for no reason. I mean people that add toxicity into your life, that you know of it. Let them go. You're not going to miss them. That's the truth. We always hold on to all these things as if, how will my life be? No, your life will be just fine, like night and day. That's it. I think that's the fourth thing that I learned this year. And the 5th thing that I learned this year is to actually define friendships. It's kind of the same with, it boils down from letting toxic people go, but to actually define where anybody is in your life, like where is this person, and to meet people where they are. If someone is an acquaintance, leave them as acquaintance. If somebody is outer circle friend, leave them as outer circle. If somebody is inner circle, treat them as inner circle. Don't go and be treating inner circle people as outer circle people, because they won't always be there. They will get tired. That's the next thing I learned. Let me finish this one. They'll get tired. There's only so much that your inner circle friends that are not toxic, that really want the best for you, there's only so much they can endure from your own scoring, because sometimes you are the toxic person. Yes, you are the toxic person. Yeah, you are the toxic person. I have to say that 3 times so that it can sink in. You need to define who is who. I don't have definition. Everybody was my friend. Everybody is there, my love, my darling, this, that. But this year I learned to define like where everybody is and literally meet them where they are. I'm not hyping another person that does not want to be hyped. That's why I said all of these points, I will literally do separate videos on them, but I learned that in the first half of this year. The next lesson I learned this year is that your family can really be your best friends. Yeah. They can really be. Like I said, don't get familiar with yourself. Also, don't get familiar with the people that God has placed in your life. That's something I have done for over 30 years of my life. I got too familiar with all the people, my family that God gave me, and I was out there looking for friendship and getting burnt 1 million times and suffering for no reason. But I had to, guys, it was a lot. Like I literally had to go into therapy to get myself back, and it was in the process I was discovering that I have just abused access to good people, which is my family. Don't get over familiar with your family. Don't get over familiar with your good friends. Family, if they are good, oh good, you know, some family go ahead, pause. But that was the next lesson I learned, to never be too familiar, and that the people that you are looking for support, you know, this thing of having a best friend, it could really be your family. Your family, very, if God has blessed you with good family, that's your inner circle. Hold on to them. Hold on to them. Oh, hey. And the last lesson that I learned, because it's getting late and I've not eaten today. Hey. The last lesson I learned in this first half is that worry literally does nothing. And I'm saying this because I still worried today. And I feel so stupid about it. That's why I'm laughing. That I'm learning to stop worrying, but I'm still worrying. And it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, it does not do anything. You will just worry for no reason. You will just be having a headache. You will just be frustrated. I even need a no worry or worry-free accountability partner. If you want to be, please let me know in the comment section. I will email you so that we can be not pinging each other. In Blackberry days, ping. We can be telling each other, have you worried today? How many times did you worry? Okay, don't worry again. Honestly, guys, worry does nothing. It is the most useless emotion in this life, to be worrying, because you will just worry and have a headache. Nothing is gonna happen. Like it's so annoying, guys. I don't know how to explain how useless the worry is. You know, some negative emotions even used to have function. For instance, if you are anxious about something, or if you are nervousness can signify that maybe that thing you have great potential. It has great potential to do well. So you're just nervous that I hope I don't flop. But you see, worry, it has no usefulness. It is the stupidest. Oh God, it is so annoying. That is the last lesson that I learned in the first half of this year, and this is where I'm going to be wrapping up. Let me know what lessons you learned in the first half of this year and how you're going to be moving forward. I don't have tips on how to take the next half of the year. I guess you can take all the lessons and just flip them over to be, don't worry, don't get too familiar, love this, you know, have boundaries, all of the things I said, and just flip it over as things that you will do to make your the rest of the 2023 much better, because I'm going to be doing just that. I hope you've loved this video. Guys, you need to be praying for me because I have lots of videos that I have not edited, and somehow I wanted to edit them before we entered the second half. It did not work, but just be praying for me. In the meantime, watch my shorts, subscribe to my channel if you are watching my video for the first time, or you've been watching and you've not yet subscribed. Follow me on all social media platforms. You will find all of the links in my about section. And yeah, that's where I'm going to be drawing the curtains. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you the very best of the second half of this year. It's going to be amazing, I promise. Just have faith in God. Don't worry, trust God, and take care of your mental health. Till I come your way again,